Hey Gemini, welcome to Divine Duality Tarot. My name is TJ. It is July and I have a love reading for you. What I do here is try to get a good idea what's going on between you, your romantic interest, whoever that person may be. That way you got some forewarning going into this rather than no warning at all. The spread I do is pretty simple. I do 3 to get a good read of your energy, your underlying energy. Then I do 3 to get a good idea of your interest, who, like I said, whoever that person may be, past, present, future, now, then, whoever it is. Draw 3 for them. And then I draw another 3 for the point of interest, the point of contention, more or less. What is the underlying reason for your two energies to even be what they are? Let's get those out real quick. I try to make these as quick as possible because I know that time is finite. So let's get into it, see what's going on here. What we got for you, I'm just going to lead it out with you, Gemini. Starting it out, you have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is the ability to manifest when it comes to the physical world. Now, the physical world, a lot of times when you see pentacles, people will relate that to money. A lot of times it is. It can also be, though, just depending on circumstance, it can also be our flesh and blood because we do exist in the physical world. The way that whole thing would work is to be able to manifest money is somebody who has the willpower to work overtime or is good at saving money if it was in that regard, or if it's being able to manifest in the physical world regarding your own flesh and blood. A lot of times I like to consider that being manifesting health, the ability to take care of oneself. So you have that energy of being able to manifest in the physical world. You also have the High Priestess, which is gut feelings. It's going with your gut. It's the being able to tap into the unseen to really have that good idea, even though you don't know what it is, that lingering thought in the back of your mind, hey, no, or hey, yeah. It's that unseen, behind the scenes. A lot of scene going on here, very scene, like scene kids, but either way, this is your gut. Meaning you have a very active ability to discern. Your body is really attuned right now to discerning what's going on, even if you are not. Then you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is self-value in the physical world. What I'm starting to think here is this does have to do with your physical being. You know when, trying to think of the best way to word it without making it sound way too complicated, because I don't like things to sound complicated. I like, boom, right there. Gemini, this is the type of energy where you know your worth. You know that you look good. You are presenting your best self, just like this table. You're presenting your best self to the world. You're confident. You know what you have to offer. That is a good thing. It's the difference between not wanting to go outside because you're afraid people are going to look at you and judge you versus I'm going outside and I really don't care if you're looking at me and judging me. That's power. big power. And even if you have flaws that you see, this is that type of energy that lets you know how to use those flaws to your advantage. And knowing when enough is enough and when not enough is not enough, when to go for it even more. That's confidence, like big confidence. That's good. That's a good underlying energy to have. Man. Let's go over our partner here. Whoever this interest may be. They have the Four of Swords, which is self-care, but swords have more to do with truth. Now, I hate using the word truth in this manner because there are concrete truths. You are watching me talk to you. That is the truth. But you have subjective truths, which is when people have convinced themselves that something is real that is not. And usually those things are more in line. My hands are everywhere today. But those kind of truths are normally more in line with perception of other people, emotions, things that are going on in your life or in their life. It's the easiest way to describe it is a subjective truth is, you know, for your somebody in your family gets off at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's only a 5-minute drive home, but it's been constantly taking 15 minutes over and over and over again. And at first you might be thinking, it's no big deal, got stuck in traffic, I don't know. But after like 3 or 4 weeks, you might start thinking, what are they doing? I know that sounds like the real aggressive girlfriend meme that has been floating around forever. It only takes 5 minutes to go home. Who is she? That kind of fun stuff. And we are all guilty of it. We get truths mixed up in our head. And it may come down to thinking, they're stopping and, doing something that is not healthy for the relationship or healthy for them. Whatever it is, we may get that worry in our mind. That becomes the truth. In reality, the actual truth is, and had we just asked and found out the truth, was there's construction on the road and they've been having to go a long way around. That's the truth. But we can get a subjective truth in our mind. We all do it. If you're doing it, don't beat yourself up about it. It is a human thing to do. We are flawed people, all of us. So, that huge spiel about swords aside, the Four of Swords is self-care when it comes to truth. This is somebody who is starting to discover subjective truths about themselves that they like. Kind of owning who you are. Then they have this Nine of Swords, which is worry, it's anxiety about the truth. And then they have Six of Pentacles, which is generosity on the physical world. This person, we have you over here with confidence, and we have them over here without confidence, questioned confidence. And that questioned confidence is more so in themselves. They may not feel like they're worth as much as they are. This is one of those people that, you look fine. No, I don't. No, I don't. I look terrible. I hate everything about me. I just want to go somewhere. And here you are, like, come on, friend. It's okay. Look fine. But this person is not convinced of their own place in this whole situation. And that generosity, the reason why it's coming out in that regard with not knowing oneself, is they're not giving themselves enough credit for what they have to offer. So you have a downer here. So let's find out what the problem, what more or less is stuff stemming from. You have the King of Wands, which is power, authority, loyalty. This is pretty much those exact things. It's the ability to project and understand and respect power. It's having authority in a relationship. It's having direction, but also having loyalty. But then we got this one coming out of nowhere. Oh man, my apologies. We have the Devil. The Devil in a relationship is control, it's negativity, it's an unhealthy situation. You have two forces bound together with negative energy. You have things that are pulling at both in a negative way, and what that does is it causes doubt, it causes depression. It can also cause, depending on the person, it can cause a controlling atmosphere in the relationship or a lack of control. Then you have this Page of Swords, which is enthusiasm, eagerness. Eagerness is more so. Here's what I got for you. This is what I see here. The problem is there's no direction in this relationship right now. You have powerful forces, mainly you, but there's no direction because of doubt, because of depression, because of honestly a self-imposed pain on their part. There's no pain to be had, but they have it. This person's doubt, this person's worry is holding back your ability to push forward. It's holding the relationship back. The eagerness, the enthusiasm, the excitement is being drained away. It's being sucked out of the relationship. You have Gemini who's confident. You have interest who is not. Whoever this person is, Gemini, they are a bummer right now. They are a drag. They are holding you back. And at first, it's not a big deal. People doubt themselves all the time. Everybody does. It happens every day. Everybody will have some sort of doubt. But it's how do you push through that? And a lot of people, their doubt boils down to, I doubt today is going to be a great day at work. And that's it. That's the only doubt. But then you have these core doubts, like your doubts about your intellect, doubts about your appearance, those very core things. When those start getting questioned, you really start getting issues. And that's where this person is at. They may not even be saying these things, but they're feeling inadequate, and it's drawing away from progress. So I'm going to ask, my suggestion is if you end up, or if you already do, if you read tarot, try to have yourself a spare deck and use that for clarification, use it for additional questions. That way you can get a good, well-rounded view of what's going on. A lot of times decks, some people say that they have personalities. It's in the eye of the beholder. Kind of believe it, kind of don't. But I do feel like when I go through one or go through another, it helps me focus down specific problems. This deck is a broad overview of what's going on. This one, so this is the hammer, the mallet, this is the scalpel. So with the handy scalpel deck here, scalpel deck, interesting. Okay. So I want to do a what happens if things get better or stay the same, but that's just, you know what? I have a much better one. What can our Gemini friend here do to get through this crap that's going on? Because we don't like when the devil shows up. That is the most negative messaging you could possibly get. That is an unhealthy relationship. That is a bad situation. It hasn't gotten to a terrible point yet, but we're getting there if things don't change. So the question very specifically is, what can Gemini do to make this better? What is some advice for Gemini? Okay. So Gemini, this is going to be simple and direct. I'm not going to keep you too much longer. First thing, Four of Wands. It's celebration, it's union, it's partnership. This is the messaging. Make them feel like they're worth it. Make them feel like they're worth it. That can come down to as simple as holding hands in public. Just to show that you are with that person. I know that sounds very simplistic, but like I said earlier, I try to keep it as simple as I can. We have a reiteration of that High Priestess. Know your boundaries, know when to push, when to pull, and use your gut for that. Listen to your gut, because it's going to tell you if you're making progress or not. If you're really pushing those things and you see them start to waver, your mind may say, keep going, we're going to crack this egg and get it. And then that feeling in the back of your head saying, give them a moment to breathe. Follow your gut. Four of Pentacles, stability in the physical world. It's kind of a tricky one. You're confident, you're happy with who you are, you're happy with what you have going. They're not happy with their end of it. So when it comes to stability, don't outclass them. Don't outshine them. Because the more you push, into the higher leagues, and they're not feeling like they can match that, just picture you're in a car and they're on foot, and you're racing to try to get to the same finish line. Who's ultimately gonna win? The person that has the car and can accelerate to, ridiculous speeds, or the person who's running and wearing themselves out? At first, they may have the confidence that they're gonna get there, but then as they get tired, as they see the finish line is still so far away and you're already almost to it, why keep trying? I've already lost the race. So keep that in mind. Temperance. And then the Queen of Swords, a logical approach. Don't use emotion when dealing with this person. Use cold, hard logic. Use emotion when you're dealing with use your intuition to guide you. Don't guide them with your intuition. Guide them with logic. Guide them with truth and facts in a very clear and concise approach. I don't really know how better to describe that to you. I don't really know a good way to simplify that, other than if you know that they're confident. Let's say this individual wears dresses. Whoever it may be, this individual wears dresses. It's just a broad example. This individual wears dresses and they have a favorite dress, and they're always confident in that dress. This might be that moment to tell them, hey, why don't you wear that dress? That way when they see what they look like, that may elevate their confidence because they see, something in their memory that, oh, I look good in this. That may jog that and hopefully build up their confidence. But if things don't change, if you don't do anything about it, if you don't take care of the devil will take care of you. And this person, this is not a common thing with them. I shouldn't say common. It may be common, but it is not a long-standing issue. This is kind of a newer energy that they're feeling. So you have the opportunity to do something about it. It's not been set in stone yet. And this is why. This self-care, they haven't fully convinced themselves that this is the actual situation. So, Gemini, take the devil head on, beat the devil up, tell the devil to go kick rocks, and enjoy yourself. Make it work. You have the power. You have the confidence. Confidence radiates if you exercise temperance. Confidence can really resemble cockiness if you're not careful. But Gemini, you're smart. You really are. You have ridiculous gut feeling energy right now. Don't waste that. That's power. That's insane power. Insane. And you have the right end goal, which is also really good. Your heart's in the right place right now. So you can make them do better. And you'll feel better too, because success, it radiates too. When they win, you win. When you win, well, they're gonna win if Gemini has anything to say about it. So with that, I would like to thank the subscribers that I have. I really appreciate you doing that. And I do appreciate you for sticking around, watching the video, hearing what I have to say with the messaging here. It really makes me happy to know that there are people that take time out of their day to hear me talk. It makes me feel like I'm actually doing something good. So, hope it helps. And with that, Gemini, I'll catch you next time.